and just as a final curiosity, I think I know the answer to this, but as a curiosity, do you feel like D&D in particular, like talking about 5e, has overcorrected on this problem?
Absolutely, not even a fucking hesitation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's how I was feeling too.
They are afraid of this mystical boogeyman that barely existed in 5e 2014. It literally barely existed. I can only think of Druid, the Wish Spell, Divine Intervention, and a couple spells like Legend Lore or Find the Path, which are still in the game. My frustration is with D&D always is that I like to consider myself a pretty even-tempered person. And I think I can see most perspectives, and half the time I just don't get it with 5e. I don't get the thought process.
I honestly think... God, I wish I could remember who said it, but remember that thing that we heard a little while ago where D&D... Someone on the D&D design team was like, we don't design for assholes?
I think that was Perkins.
It might have been.
It was either Perkins or Drawcraw. It was one of them.
It might have been Merles, actually.
Ooh.
It might have been Mike Merles. I'm not sure. I don't know. But the thing is like, that idea, we don't design for assholes, it feels like they are these days
actively designing for assholes.
Yeah, they're like capitulating too much to the assholes. Yeah. Like, for the sake of trying to avoid the assholes, it feels like they are trying to design the problem of assholes out of the game. Right. Which is like ultimately impossible.
It's fucking impossible. It's just a test of insanity. But also they're manifesting boogeymen based on like Reddit horror stories. They're like
creating the problem. Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, those people fucking exist, but that is a community issue, not a game design issue. That is up to us as the players and game masters to check that shit with a 12 gauge. If you see the weird, No, look, if you see people doing the weird thing with the orcs or goblins or whatever, right? They're pulling a goblin slayer.
Yeah.
If you're a GM, you go, abso-fucking-lutely not. No, sir.
Right.
And if you're another player, you stick up for that player and go, no, go away, you weirdo. Banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it really is manifesting it's like they're creating more boogeymen by trying to avoid the boogeymen. Right?
Yes.
Like, they are making it's almost like the problem is getting pushed to the surface even more so by trying to tamp the problem down.
Right. They have they've blown the straw man's head off and went, wait, there's more. And then someone goes, no, there's not. And then they built another one and went, there it is right there. And they blew its head off. Like,
yeah. It's like they're creating both the problem and the solution at the same time or something. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's how, that's pretty much how I was feeling too. I was curious if you were on the same page. Because you really, you can't design for assholes. Like,
you know what it is too? The reason why I agree is because I have branched out of D&D so much. And I find the conversation stuff fun.
Right, yeah.
It's interesting.
Right, and a little bit of that negotiation can be fun, yeah.
Yeah, like the use of Fabula points is fun. And there has been a time where you've even been like, nah, I'm sorry, man, Fabula's not going to cover that. And I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, and if you take that Mother May I spectrum and try your best to teeter in the middle of it as much as possible, then it's generally not a problem. Like,
do you know what it is?
Everyone's
genuinely
okay with it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, that's all. That was the end of the sentence.
No, so do you know what it is? Genuinely, you talked about this, I think, either last episode or the episode before. When you play other games, you realize that you as a player have way more agency than you do in D&D.
Yes.
You get to dictate so much about your stuff in other games that the places where you have to negotiate, don't feel like, but you're taking my only thing away. Please, sir, may I have some more? It's like, all right, well, you know, like Goro's ability with the protect counterattack, you don't really have a say in that. I just do it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna protect. The attack missed anyway. Even numbers, I counterattack.
Yeah.
Which has effectively helped me save Senna how many fucking times? And Irina how many fucking times?
A lot.
So when I go, okay, I want to chase down the Baron, and you're like, I'm sorry, dude, Ultima Point's gonna outrule that. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Yeah. I've done what I wanted to do.
It's like D&D has become so afraid of this problem, and maybe I would argue maybe D&D's always been afraid of this problem a little bit to a point. Well, maybe not in like first edition, but I feel like since third edition, it's been afraid of this problem.
I don't know. So I haven't read fourth edition, but fourth edition has so many powers that just say, yeah, you do a cool thing. It seemed like fourth edition didn't give a fuck.
Well, so fourth edition, a lot of people have said that the thing that's kind of interesting about fourth edition is so tightly designed that fourth edition can basically play itself without a GM.
Interesting.
Because particularly when you're talking about combat, because the balance of powers versus enemy abilities versus enemy types and the stuff that they can do and the order of operations and how you use their abilities is so tight that there's like almost zero Mother May I involved at all. But what was a lot of people's criticism of fourth edition, it felt too much like an MMO, too much like a video game, because obviously a video game by design has to have zero Mother May I, because you can only do what the designers allow you, or I guess depending on how you phrase it, it's 100% Mother May I, depending on how you look at it. But the point is, a video game has to be on the far end of the spectrum because there is no negotiating with the code of the game, right? Mm-hmm. And fourth edition, a lot of people said, felt too video gamey in its design.
Tell that to a Bethesda game.
Well, you know.
No, you cannot teleport. Best I can do, wooden plate in a corner of a wall.
You know what I mean, though.
I do.
So it's like, yeah, when you push so far in the other direction where you try and avoid the Mother May I 100%, you get fourth edition, which again has really cool elements about it, but people said, why is it so video gamey? You know, so you have to, again, don't design for assholes and accept that idea into your heart a little bit to a certain degree, and just try your best to sort of walk that tightrope between you have to ask for permission and you can do the cool thing. You know?
So you know what's funny? I'm going to bring up a Dune reference. We talked about people being assholes in the PvP at the end game, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I read, one server has just enacted a full, like, policing system where the strongest guild, they're called, the OP separated them into lions, hyenas, and vultures. So vultures are like small guilds, or you and me, like just going out to get some spice. Vultures are the hyenas are like the smaller to medium-sized guilds who pick on the smallest people.
Yeah.
And the biggest guilds are called the lions. And one of his talking points was like, if you're a vulture, get prepared to get ganked. It's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
But if you're a pack of hyenas and you start griefing people like relentlessly, the lions are going to come down on you, and they're just going to ruin your time until you quit the server. That's just how it's going to be.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, that is Funcom, and to be fair, they need to, fix their shit, absolutely. But to some point, the community is taking care of the problem in its own weird little fucked up way. But it is trying.
Right, yeah. And some of that, I think, is what Funcom wanted to a degree. You know, like, I think they do want a little bit of that element of big guilds sort of policing the situation. I do think that was what they want to a point. The problem is, it's hard to facilitate that like on every server and stuff. So it's again a delicate balance. But yeah, it is kind of a similar thing. The GM is the lion always, and yeah, they have to walk that tightrope. Or I guess the GM and the game in tandem with each other are the lion in this example. Probably a better way to put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is disappointing to see D&D be so afraid of this problem, particularly because D&D is the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the flagship game,
it's the titan of industry.
Yeah, it's the titan of the industry. It's the main flagship thing. So it's a little to see them again, to see them designed for assholes. That's really what. Yeah, it's
literally what they did. Yeah, they designed for assholes. They designed against asshole
they're
DMs.
Afraid of the assholes. Yeah,
and to a similar degree, designed against asshole players. Like,
yeah,
it's very frustrating.